What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in The Sims 4 using the new Cottage Living expansion pack. So today we are building in the world of Henford-on-Bagley again, and I am building in the Finchwick neighborhood because I haven't done this neighborhood yet. This is the neighborhood that it's like the town center or whatever where the where the festivals are. Excuse me, I had a little burp as usual. But yeah, this is the part of the town where the little festivals are, the little pub that Devin Bumpkin built is. Yeah, and then off to the side it has 3 residential lots. And I was pretty surprised at that, like that the town center had 3 residential lots in it and not more community lots, but it is what it is. I like that it had more residential lots over here in this area. The only thing about it is the lighting on these three lots is absolutely horrendous. The lighting is awful on these 3 lots because the sun never faces the front, and all 3 lots are the same because all 3 lots face the same way. And I don't like how all but, yeah, 2 of the lots have like these stairs that lead up to the lot. And I didn't like that because I was going to do a garage on this lot, but then it didn't make sense because there would be no access for the car. So I ended up making the garage like a converted room, and we'll get to that when we get to the interior. So right now I'm just doing the roof. This is the layout of the house. The shell is pretty much done. I did a lot off camera because it was very difficult using the terrain. So part of this house is kind of sitting on like a little hill. And speaking of that little hill, I didn't realize that this wouldn't work, but where I have this smaller roof piece, I end up putting the front door. I think I'm about to grab it here in a second. This is the garage door, and right now I'm just finding a wallpaper that kind of looks like a garage door. So I think I end up using like a base game. Yeah, this like stone brick wall that kind of looks like it could be a garage door. And then I'm making a path. I'm trying to see when I'm gonna grab the front door because, okay, this is technically what I would consider the front door of the home, but your Sims actually can't get to it. Your Sims can't use it because the terrain and like that level of the house don't meet. And since it's considered 2 different levels, I couldn't put a platform there. I couldn't put I couldn't put a foundation there. I couldn't put anything there because it doesn't count as, it counts as 2 separate levels, and you can't intersect levels in the game. So your Sims can't actually use that door, but I do put a side door that kind of leads into the little side yard. And there's 2 staircases in this house, and the second staircase is right off of the kitchen. So, and that staircase is going to be really close to that second door. So that's the door your Sims are going to have to use to get in and out of the house. And I figured it's kind of okay because it's so close to that other staircase that once they go in that door and go up that staircase, they're in the proper house. So, and I feel like that's kind of realistic because you know how some homes, they have like the front door, the like main front door, and then they have like a secondary door that's like off of the carport or something. And most of the time that secondary door is what, you know, the family actually uses to get in and out of the house. That's where their company comes, you know, their family that's been to their house before. They don't really use the front door. It's really just decorative. So maybe that's the case with this home. They don't really use the front door. It's just for looks, and they use the little side door. And I don't put anything up on that porch anyway for them to even need to go out of that door. So it's okay. It is what it is. Now I'm just doing some landscaping, getting some good use out of the tool mod. I do end up doing end up doing a lot of the landscaping off camera just because I had to use the tool mod since I was using terrain tools, because the plants float when you use the terrain tools. And I wish they would fix that. I wish by default plants would just um I wish by default plants would sink into the terrain however high or low the terrain is, but that's another issue. And you saw some, like, this was a minute ago, but I'm trying to make sure I say everything. The fence kind of glitched out for a second. I don't know what happened, so that's why I ended up doing it off camera, because I had to figure it out. And it still started to glitch even at the layout it is now, but it works because I did player test a lot, which I haven't been doing, but we did get Twisted Mexi did release a version of Better Build By where I can now upload to the gallery without having to turn Better Build By off first, because normally if you would upload to the gallery and you had Better Build By turned on, then it would count your build as having custom content. But now you don't have to turn it off anymore, so now I can upload it to the gallery right after I'm done building it. So that might encourage me to actually player test them first. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much the exterior. I do a little bit off camera, and I will come back at the end of the video and finish up the landscaping and do the kind of like side yard area, because I do put some things over there. Here is the layout. I did do the proper floor plan off of camera, but now I'm just putting in the doors, and we're working on the kitchen area first. So this is actually the top level of the house, as you can see. Again, your Sims are going to have to enter from the bottom level and go upstairs, but that shouldn't be a big deal. That was just me figuring out which blue I wanted to use, because I knew I wanted to have blue counters, because I'm kind of going with the color scheme that I used on the exterior. So that's kind of like a building tip if you want to know, like, if you do the exterior of a build and you use a certain color scheme on the exterior, and then you get on the interior and you don't really have a color scheme in mind for the interior, just use the color scheme that you used on the exterior, and it looks good because it's not entirely realistic, but it looks good because it makes everything cohesive. So yeah, but that's pretty much the kitchen. I do add a few things here and there. I clutter it up off camera because I forgot to clutter it up while I was recording. But those are the new counters. And then here I'm doing the dining space. I use the table from Parenthood, and I use the chairs. I don't think I end up using those chairs. What chairs do I use? I think I use these. These are from Cats and Dogs. They're the version without the cushions, so it kind of would be a little uncomfortable sitting here, but I definitely didn't want this house to have like new stuff in it. I think I was kind of like with yesterday's build. I think I wanted it to be kind of like a mixture of new and old, but still looking very like farmhouse-esque. And then here's the living room. And this is very open floor plan, as you can see. So the kitchen and the living room and the dining room all flow within each other. I could have closed it off, but I didn't want to. Maybe they got the walls knocked out or something. But as you can see, there are two staircases. So there's one that's kind of off of the dining room area behind the living room. And then there's the one that's like you come up and you're right inside of the living room, and it's right off of the kitchen. So the one right there to the right of your screen right now is the one that your Sims will come up when they go in the side door, because they're gonna have to use the side door to get into the home, to make sure you got that. I've said it enough times now. I did use a wood burner just because a bigger fireplace would not have fit there. And if you look at the exterior of the build, the actual chimney is on the complete opposite side of the build. I didn't realize that until I was getting ready to put a fireplace in. And then I was like, Oh well. I think the way The Sims works though, if the game recognizes that you have a chimney and that you have a fireplace, I think the smoke will still come out of that chimney even though it's on the opposite side of the house. But I don't know. If you want, you could easily just copy and paste the chimney to the other side of the build and make it make more sense if you want. Um, because that fireplace is up against an exterior wall, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Now I'm just cluttering up this area, adding some paintings and some pictures and some flowers. Just making it look lived in. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. I'm moving around a lot. I did put that object there because I keep forgetting about it, and every time I remember it, I want to use it. So it doesn't block your Sims from getting up the stairs. I don't think it would have blocked them even with it at its normal size. Put a lamp. That's pretty much it. Yeah, now I'm just cluttering it. I thought I had done this already, but I guess I was doing other things. Yeah, just cluttering it up. What do we do next? Okay, so I guess I do this hallway on camera. So this is the entrance hall. Not really, because your Sims can't use this front door, but I don't put anything playable in this kind of hallway. I do put the new like stack of books from Cottage Living, which your Sims could use, but there's a bookcase in the living room. Though the umbrella rack is technically playable, you can click on it and you can click on that umbrella rack and you can choose what umbrella you want your Sims to use, like choose their preferred umbrella. But that's not necessarily anything they have to come into this hallway to do. And then I do put a chair there, so they could come and sit there and read if they wanted to, but I don't really know why they would. um, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. This is the yeah, this was the master bedroom before the renovation, because I imagine this house was renovated. The downstairs, everything downstairs, I imagine was renovated. Um, so before that renovation, this was the master bedroom, and the reason why I'm saying that is because downstairs is a very, very large room that I have for two teenage boys. And I figured the parents went ahead and gave it to them because there's two of them. So they needed, they kind of needed more room than the parents did. And this is a really decent sized room, even for a master bedroom, because I mean, there's plenty of room in here. Like, I was actually kind of surprised with how much room there was in this room. I even had enough room. How many times am I going to say room? I even had enough space to put an ottoman in front of the bed. Um, but yeah, really simple. I don't even think I put any clutter on the end tables. That's pretty much it. This is the hallway bath. So I think this is the only bathroom I furnished on camera. This is the bathroom that the parents will have to share with the two kids that are going to be in the room next to theirs. This is also a half bath, which is off of the kitchen. I figured maybe this would be what any guests that come over would have to use. So the parents are a man and a woman, but all their kids are boys. I don't really know why I did that. Excuse me. Probably because I was going for this whole blue and brown and white color scheme. So I wanted to use blue everywhere, and blue just says boy. Not that girls can't like blue, obviously, but yeah. So I just made all of their kids boys. So they have maybe I would say the two kid boys are probably twins, and then the two teenage boys maybe were born just like a year or two apart. They're not twins, but they're both teens. But yeah, these Strangerville pictures, I feel like really work with this cottage living pack. I don't know why, because I guess because they kind of look like almost like vintage pictures. And like there's one of them that has a horse on it. This old-timey car riding down Route 68. Like, I don't know, I just feel like they really work with this pack, and I've used them a lot. I may have not used anything else from Strangerville though, so if you don't have Strangerville, I'm sorry for using that. I do put the Void Critter game console in here. I've never used that in a build before. Hopefully your Sims can walk around it. I didn't actually player test this room now that I think about it, but hopefully your Sims can walk around it. Because I'm imagining the kid on the left is really into void critters, and I don't remember what I had the kid on the right into. I think he was more like an artsy creative type. But anyway, we are downstairs now. So this room is it's really just a hallway that leads to all the rooms down here. But I made it into a little sunroom. So as you can see, I'm using 4 windows from the Snowy Escape Pack. Um, just to kind of just to try to flood some light into this room and make it like a miniature sunroom. I was going to put a TV in here, but I actually forgot. So your Sims really don't have anything to do down here unless they want to grab a book and sit on the couch or take a nap on the couch or whatever. I do put an Alexa there. And then I put a dresser in, I'm not a dresser, I put a desk in that corner, which is from University. I liked it because it had the dark wood tone and whites on it, and that's kind of a part of the color scheme of my build, of this build. And I just put a standard computer on it. I imagine that's probably the family computer. In the teenagers' room, I do put I give one of them a loft bed, and I do put a desk in there with a laptop on it. I imagine both of them has a laptop, but whoever sleeps in the loft bed, that laptop is probably theirs. But we'll get to that room in a second. This is the renovated garage. It's not really renovated. They just turned it into like a skill building room. So I put some yoga mats in here, a treadmill, a workout machine, a TV. I put the candle making thing in here and a woodworking station. I imagine maybe the mom makes candles, the dad does some woodworking, somebody's into music. Put the punching bag in there, and then just some base game like closet items, and then a few things on the wall here and there. I put that chalkboard next to the candle making station. Maybe the mom uses that chalkboard to write down her candle orders if somebody orders something. But yeah, and then this is the add-on bedroom, and this is where the 2 teens sleep. As you can see, it's much larger than the parents' room, but since there's 2 of them, and they kind of would want their separate spaces, they went ahead and gave them this room. Sadly, there's only 1 window in this room because it's surrounded by raised terrain, or other walls. But yeah, it is what it is. I gave one of them a double bed and one of them a loft bed. That might not seem fair, but I mean, I don't think the brother that sleeps in the loft bed really cares that much because he gets a loft bed with his own desk under it. Because I imagine the son or the brother that sleeps in the double bed probably doesn't use that desk. He probably has to use the one that's outside of the room, or maybe he takes his laptop and just sits in his bed with it or goes out to the couches. And I put this black wall back here because in one of my speed builds that I did, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I did this where I did a black wall and then I put a whole bunch of white like decals on it to kind of make it look like a chalk wall, because in a lot of like teen movies and shows lately, I've seen a lot of like chalk walls where it's a wall that's you can use chalk to write on. So I was kind of doing that to mimic like a chalk wall, and I've done it before. I liked it the first time I did it. I feel it looked okay this time around. I just didn't like it as much, but I kept it in anyway. Just placing a few other things around. Maybe this one's into music. I did put an easel in their room as well. I put a guitar, and stuff like that. And here we are on the exterior. Just to finish it up, this is the very last thing I'll do. So I put a seating area, a grill. I don't know. I guess I I do put planters here, the ones that came with the new pack. I think there's like 5 or 6 there. So your Sims can plant stuff here. And maybe that's something the mom does too. Now just adding some lights so you can see in the darkness. And other than that, guys, the screenshots are about to start rolling. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please hit that notification bell. That way you know exactly when I post my next video, exactly when I post it. And I will see you all then. Bye, guys.